So I already reviewed this book by Yasser Sirawan. It's called Kingwalks, Path of Glory, but I had big request for another game from the book, and so I'm doing it because it cost me nothing, honestly. However, the game I choose, I don't know, it's a Sirawan King. I think he clearly didn't walk enough. He should walk a little more. But hey, what can you do? You cannot tell a king, hey, walk, walk. But for me, obviously, king walk is something like he jumps, ta, 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 pa. Instead, this king just go a little on the side, which is a normal walk, let's say. Okay, so the game is 0-1 against Sokolov, which is a two very famous players, right? Sarajevo in 1987. c4, knight f6, knight c3, d5, c takes d5, knight takes d5, g3, g6, bishop g2, knight b6, d3, a little timid, bishop g7, bishop e3, castle, and queen c1. Obviously, my aiming at that. White's attempt to trade the dark square bishop is entirely justified, especially since black takes the time to avoid it. This gives white the opportunity to start a direct attack on black's king by opening the h file. So, black played rook e8, which is a dubious move for Siromon, bishop h6, bishop h8, another dubious move, h4, knight c6, h5, knight d4, knight f3, knight takes f3, bishop takes f3, and c6, so you can move the bishop. H takes g6, H takes g6, and now we have another diagram. So when there is a diagram, again I tell you, maybe it's the fourth video made by me that you see, but if there is a diagram, please pause the video and try to guess what is white's next move in this case. King f1, the exclamation mark is for the strength of this move, not the difficulty in finding it. By walking his king to g2, white keeps his h1 rook on the h file, while at the same time putting his king on a safe square g2 and allowing his major pieces to operate along the fourth rank. The importance of this last point becomes apparent later on. Okay, so he played king f1 and black played knight d5, king g2, knight takes c3, b takes c3, and now there is queen e5. Black needs counterplay, but there is little to be found. Bishop d2, bishop g7, black can't allow rook takes h8, so he can't allow this move, okay? Because obviously after there will be probably c4, bishop c3, and king h1 and queen h1, and the game is over, okay? Okay, so let's see what happened. Bishop g7, rook b1, bishop e6, c4, queen c7, and now bishop h6 again, bishop f6. So again, here there is a diagram, so please pause the video and put yourself in white shoes. What would you play if you were white? Okay. Queen G1, C7 to 15, King F1. This pretty queen maneuver decisively increases the pressure on black's king side. Bishop F5, Queen H2, E5, Bishop G5. Obviously, if you take, it's Queen H8, checkmate. Bishop G7, and now there is Queen H4, F6, Bishop takes F6, Rook A B8, and the last move of the game is G4. And here black resign. Sometimes chess is a pleasure to play, at least for one side. Okay, so obviously the game ended up here, and you say, why did it end up here? Let's try to do some move like Bishop E6. What would you play if you were white? Probably you would play this, right? And what would you do if it plays this? So you see, in this case, it's also important that you see what the grandmasters saw in this game and why he resigned. Okay, so don't give up and try to understand this. Okay, it's generally quite interesting. Okay, so this was the game Kingwalks, Path of Glories by Yasser Sirawan and Bruce Harper. I hope you will enjoy it.